is really bad. Because you see everything. Oh shit. Hi there. I just realized I've been live for a few minutes, for like 50 seconds already. Hi everyone, this is Mandy. Welcome to another Fit Party Me video. Today I'm talking about how to use your emotions. We all have emotions, and society often tells us that having emotions are bad, or you're too emotional, don't be too sensitive. So those are all the things that we've been judged for having emotions, and people tell us that having emotions is not a good thing. So today I want to talk to you about how to use them, because emotions aren't really a bad thing. It's something that we're born with. And if I were to get spiritual and woo-woo about it, why would we be born with it if it's not something that is supposed to serve a purpose, right? So first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to emotions is that we often identify with our emotions. Even in the way that we talk about it, we don't really think too much about it when we say, oh, I am angry, or I'm sad, or I'm upset. And take a look at your language, the I am. We identify with I am that anger just by saying I am angry. It's who I am. It's part of me. It's almost an identity. And when we say I am sad, same thing. We identify with the sadness when we say I am that. I am that thing, and it's part of me. So the first thing, if we want to use our emotions, we have to put some distance between that thing, the emotion, and us by separating it. What if we start thinking of it as, oh, I have this anger, and it might be somewhere in my body, but I am not it. It's just I have the anger, or I have the sadness. So that's the first step. And once we can identify that, okay, the anger is not me, we can start searching. Where is it in our body? A lot of times, especially for women, we feel it in our heart, we feel it like in our chest, or some people feel like a lump in their throat. A lot of it is a bodily sensation. So if you're feeling like back pain or bodily, like kind of like ailments, like you have pain in your body, it's very possible that maybe you're storing that emotions in your body and not letting it move around. So start looking at your body and start feeling out what is getting stuck in your body and what is the emotions that you might be holding on to in your body that is storing it. Once we've identified it, how do we get past our emotions and use it is that we actually have to feel it. So like I said, if you're feeling bodily pain, like there's anything going on in your body, like you have back pain or stomach problems, it's very possible that you might be storing your emotions there. And a lot of times we try to stuff it down. So if you're taking painkillers, that's one way to stuff down your emotions, and it actually make it more stuck in the body. So to feel it, I really mean let's dig up the pain, go into it, and experience it. Experience all the glory of the pain and the annoyance and how uncomfortable it is, and feel it all. And when you're in the middle of feeling it, you might find the resistance that, oh, I don't want to go through this. I really don't. It's so uncomfortable and it's so normal. So, one thing, a technique that I can share with you is you can close your eyes and visualize. Visualize, and even like you can put your arms up like this and visualize having your emotions next to you. Kind of like take it from here and put it next to you. Imagine you have a big 3-seat couch, that there is enough room for you and your emotions at the same time. Because when it's sitting on you, that's when it feels suffocating. That's when it feels like, oh, I can't breathe, and the emotion is bigger than me and it's taking over. So what you can do is take it from where it is, which is some part in your body, and it feels like it's sitting on you because it's actually on you, and just visualize you gently, very nicely push it to the side and hold the space for it and let it sit next to you. When your emotion is sitting next to you, it's actually a kind of acceptance. You're accepting that, okay, I can exist, my emotion can exist, we can both be here. And you're allowing yourself to feel it without judging yourself, without judging the emotion itself. And that's what allows you to experience what you were supposed to experience, to move through the emotions and be able to recover yourself. Once we're at the place where we feel like we can coexist with our emotions, like I said, have it sit right next to you but not on top of you. Now you're coexisting. Now what do we do with it? This is when you can have a little more clarity in your head, because there isn't this big emotion sitting on top of you anymore. You can breathe again, and it's time to go digging. What is causing this? And usually when there's an upset, when there's anger, when there is sadness, the emotion is an indicator. The emotion is an indicator that there's a need not being met. When we feel anger, usually it's because there is a boundary being violated. We can go searching for what is that boundary that is being violated. How can I not let that happen again? How can I set the boundary better next time? That's what the purpose is for an emotion. Think of it as an early warning indicator. You can have a little bit angry or a lot angry. How can you see the little angry be an indicator and be able to act on it so that you don't get to the, blow up, exploding angry? And that's how we can use it, is to as an indicator, and we can start setting boundaries for ourselves. The same thing when we feel a lot of sadness. Usually sadness indicates that we have failed ourselves, or maybe we have failed someone else. It's like we didn't live up to our own expectation. So when you feel a lot of sadness, it's a good question to ask yourself, what am I not doing that I really wish I am doing? And a lot of times it's because we didn't allow ourselves to do what we really want. And we experience almost like a loss when we didn't do that. So we can go searching when we feel a lot of sadness of what are the things that, in a sense, we're regretting. And then another emotion that I want to talk about is disrespect. It can look like just angry, upset, but we're feeling a sense of disrespect. And if you notice, I'm basically talking about digging one level deeper. When we have that initial like, I'm so angry or I'm so upset, what is it underneath? Do we feel hurt? Or do we feel disrespected? Or do I feel regrets? So that is the next layer that will give you information on what do you need to act on? What do you need to do with this emotion? So I talked about the side where someone else might be causing the emotion, someone else might be upsetting us, there's the other side of the coin, which is maybe the source of upset, the source of these emotions come from ourselves. And the most common way of us causing that kind of emotion is we don't live up to an expectation, or somebody didn't live up to an expectation. It could be that I have an expectation for myself and I'm not living up to it. It could also be my partner is not living up to my expectation, causing me to be upset, causing me to be angry. So this is the area where we can also go digging. What is my expectation? Maybe I have it in there and I never talked about it. So this is where I want to leave with you that your emotions is an indicator. They actually exist for a reason. They're telling us something, and you can use it as long as you can separate yourself from the emotion, that the emotion is not you. The emotion can sit next to you. It doesn't have to suffocate you. And I started talking about emotions can come from us not meeting an expectation or someone else not meeting an expectation. That's going to be the next topic for next month when I come back and talk about expectations, how to identify them, what do they do, and how do we deal with them. All right, see you next time and have a great weekend.